Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel and my Satisfactory playthrough. In today's episode we're going to be trying to finish off our copper production, get the logistics completed, and see where we can get to from there. Let's see if we have enough rods yet for the logistics milestone. It looks like we do. Then we just need to go grab the rest of the wire we need. Still need to keep collecting biomass. We'll have to be doing that for quite a while, yeah, unfortunately. Almost there. We only need like 80 more. I just realized I was carrying around all that iron ore. I definitely don't need to be carrying around anymore. Or ingots anyway. I don't know why I always want to mix them up when I'm talking. Switch this to wood biomass production for a minute just to get all that done. We also should check all these generators, make sure that they're still good on biomass. Getting there. The logistics is going to be game changing. So much biomass collection. Cannot wait till we get a fully automated power farm. I guess there's still a bunch more wood to process in there. It's just, you get a lot more biomass from that than the leaves.
Milestone reached. Conveyor belts can now merge, split, and lift to save space and enhance the productivity of your factory. Fixit encourages you to consider investing in verticality when it comes to factory logistics. If you feel stressed by this complexity, imagine yourself on the shore of a vast and calm ocean. Breathe in. Visualize all the people relying on you. The sea is made of billions of faces, each staring at you with hope and tears in their eyes. Breathe out. Feel refreshed and focused on your duties.
Oh, I'm sure that helps with the pressure, envisioning all of the faces of the people counting on you. There we go. So the rods at least are maximized now. Now we can go up to the copper and get that production line maximized too. And then I think everything except for screws and reinforced plates will be automated, I believe. We are going to need a lot of reinforced plates, so we need 3 more of these. So 6 reinforced plates. Of course, I suppose that I could have put down another crafting bench up there. If I need anything else up here, that's exactly what I'm going to do. Because running back and forth just to craft the reinforced plates is a little tedious. I did pick base building for our next milestone as well, just because the foundations will let us organize things a lot better. Alright, so we'll leave that side just doing the wire, and then this one we'll do 2 more wire, but then they'll go into another constructor to do our cable. Pretty sure I need to actually grab more wire. No, actually I didn't, but oh well. Not sure that crafting bench was actually in the best spot. should be fine there though. We're going to have to make a couple more reinforced plates so that I can do another constructor for the cable. And we also need more cable to do that. Wait, did I forget to set this smelter to even make copper? No. I must have not powered something. Oh, I never split the ore off. Well, that's gonna look a little messy until we can get that tree down, but it'll do at least. And again, we're going to put this storage container right over here. That way I can run to one spot for wire or cable. I mean, now we really just have to let things build up for our space elevator and keep unlocking milestones. The way it works is you pretty much have like the first two or three tiers that you can do, and then that's it until you get the first stage of the space elevator set up. So we really have to get that constructed so that we can start putting the stuff together for that too. I think as far as our basic stuff, everything is automated now except for the screws and the reinforced iron plates, which you can't even do the reinforced iron plates until you can get the assembler, I think it is. Very soon we'll be able to start working on our base construction too, which will let us get everything nice and organized. Just need to collect all of this stuff for the space elevator too. Let's go see how much concrete we have built up. I ought to move this up there too, but it won't be so bad once I can get foundations and ramps and stuff down. We have almost enough. We'll need less than 100 more concrete for this base elevator. That's not too bad. And wire, I mean, we need 1,500 of it, but that comes fast. So I think we're actually really close on everything for that. I think we'll get the space elevator done first, and then we'll worry about the foundations and organizing everything, because honestly, I find that part pretty satisfying, but the space elevator needs to be down so that we can start actually assembling the project parts. See, we already have over 500 of the wire. Like, it comes way faster than everything else. Oh, that hurt a little bit. I wonder if there's any discoverable stuff around here that we haven't found yet that's not too far away. I usually hold off on any serious exploration until I've got at least the basics going. Makes it better if you die and lose your stuff if you can just, you know, grab a bunch of stuff at your base. Alright, it's going to be a minute on that stuff, so we might as well not just loiter too long. We'll go put all of this biomass, or leaves in here to make biomass. Lasting quite a while. It's like with the biomass, the more you're using, the faster it goes. So the closer we get to our power limit, the faster all the burners go through biomass. I think we might have to find another limestone vein, honestly. I wonder where the next closest one is. It's taking forever. It's always the concrete that's taking forever in this game. Oh, look at that. The next one is right there. Like, that's really not that bad. I wonder what purity it is. Helps when you actually hit the target. I feel like limestone are also the veins that are never defended for some reason. So this one's impure, which I believe is also going to give me only 30. Yeah, so that's also getting me 30. So, let's see, I'm trying to think. That's still only going to be enough for one, because you need 45, so I wouldn't even have enough to make it worth doing a second constructor, but it at least should make the one efficient. So I guess we'll do that. I can't wait till we can make the nicer stacks for the conveyors. Once you can put them all together, it kind of makes them look a little neater. Well, at least this is bringing the power poles over close to these 3 iron veins here too, so we'll be able to add these to our production at some point here. I think it's all 3 are normal here. So those will give us 60 each per minute. So that might be enough for us to get screws and reinforced plates automated. We are inching ever closer to our power limit here though. So that'll probably need upgraded again at some point. Very close now. We only need 12 more concrete for that. And less than 500 wire too, so we should be there very soon. Alright, that gives us enough concrete, so now we just gotta get our wire together and we'll be ready to do the space elevator. Of course, I was talking about how fast the wire comes, and of course that's going to be the last thing we're waiting on. Should make up the 3 portable miners to go put on those iron veins over there too. We'll definitely have to upgrade the power grid before we can actually utilize those, but that will, letting us get the screws and reinforced plates automated will be huge, because they're another thing that's kind of time consuming to make, and they're also time consuming in the constructors, but at least you can just kind of leave it and let it do its thing. I'm not even sure that what would this be, 90 ore per minute is going to be enough to efficiently make the screws and the reinforced plates. We'll wait to bring the power over to them until we put up more of the biomass generators. I don't really want to do that though until we get the space elevator down, because it's going to use some of the wire. It's not that much, but I think it does take like 25 of it. Top off all of these generators. We can actually phase out those two, switch to all of these ones, because then you can actually automate the entire thing to the point where all you have to do is put leaves and wood in the correct bins, and then it'll just put all the biomass together and run it right into the generator. But I usually wait to do that until we get the more efficient biomass, because it burns a lot slower. Which we very well may go for the more efficient biomass next, after we get the base building. I'm trying to remember which obstacle clearing, which will also get us the chainsaw, which will let us get rid of trees that are in the way and stuff like that. But first things first, we definitely want our foundations. Very close now, less than 100 wire. Might not need these right now, but we're gonna need them afterwards because I think we only have like 300 and we need 250 for the elevator. Might as well grab those now. Hopefully this wire will be done in a couple minutes. All right, there we go. Now I just want to decide, we'll end up picking it up and putting it back down after I put the foundations down. But I do want to figure out where exactly I want to put this. I want somewhere that's kind of already level just because it'll kind of make it easier when I go to build the floor. I mean, the thing is literally huge, so it's really hard to find a perfect spot for it before you build the floor. Maybe we'll put it right there. That kind of looks level-ish.
Project assembly initialized. Congratulations, Pioneer. The space elevator will now automatically connect with the Project Assembly orbital platform. Project assembly is divided into phases, each of which require the delivery of project parts, such as smart plating, via the space elevator. Subsequent phases unlock access to new tiers with more advanced technologies to construct, automate, explore, and exploit. It is time to be honest. This project is part of the Save the Day program, the largest united undertaking in human history, destined to save us all. Earth is in peril and only Fix-It pioneers offer hope for survival. Fix-It is counting on you. Humanity is counting on you. Do not let Fix-It down.
Alright, so that gets us the space elevator, so we can start working on the first phase of project assembly there. However, I want to get the rest of the concrete together first to do the base building, because I want to get some organization going to our factory here before we get too much further in the different production lines being set up. probably part of what we'll do next episode is work on organizing all of this with some actual foundations and turning it into more of an actual factory. We'll also work on the power grid probably next time, as far as getting rid of these 2 generators here and just moving it all over to like the independent generators. That way we can make kind of a centralized power area with the foundations and pipe all of it together and automate it all. We'll also want obstacle clearing too before we really get into all of that, just to make sure there aren't any trees in the way. I don't need to be carrying all of this ore around at this point. So you can still tell that this is not the most efficient, because we have like, what, 15 extra limestone coming in, but we can't do a second constructor without, you know, making it so that they're not both getting everything that they need every minute. We could get another, if we got another one that was 30, then we could do 2 constructors. I think we'd have a 90. Yeah, we'd have 90, which is exactly what we would need. So I guess we could look for one more limestone vein to kind of do that. The next closest ones are over here. We have to be careful of that toxic gas though too. Uh-oh, there's a spitter over there.
Witness the single strand of the tapestry.
Samples of unknown alien species acquired. Their weaponized plasma is most likely stored as a stable chemical substance in an organ close to their mouth, and only turns volatile when exposed to one of the chemical elements in the air. Preserve the remains for later study.
What is this guy?
The astrobiologist Dr. D.M. Mercer was the first to recognize the presence and probable nature of these alien artifacts. These chain-melted state spheres are named in his honor. Each sphere emits a unique signal and will require study to determine local application, store it for later use.
Okay. Back to what we came over here for. So you have to be careful with these flower things too, because you can destroy those eventually, but they also release poison gas if you get too close to them. There we go. That's another 30. So if we pipe this one back to the base in the next episode and add it into that, then we should have enough to do 2 constructors doing the concrete. So we'll probably make that part of our plan too. Nice. That'll at least let us get the base building done, and then that way next episode we can actually work on that as well. Should be a lot happening in the next episode between getting the base set up and organized and getting that other vein piped over here to get a more efficient concrete production going on.
Milestone reached. Several new structures are now available for improving factory organization. Foundations provide a building grid, which makes it easier to manage placement of any structure. In the event that you are experiencing amnesia for all events prior to planetfall, be reassured that memories of beloved humans and/or animals would have only been distractions from your important mission.
So in the next episode, I think we're definitely gonna go do that limestone vein over there, start working on setting up the base and getting all that refined, and we're also definitely gonna set up at least the production of screws, and we'll try to do the reinforced plates, because obstacle clearing is going to be our next milestone we work toward, and we need 500 screws for that, and I'd really rather not sit there and do them by hand. So I think that'll be our plan for next time. But we're going to leave it here for this episode. A little less progress than the last one, but we did get the space elevator down, made some headway on all that, and I think we've got a lot of stuff on the agenda for next week's episode. So please like, comment, and subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next one.